Hagerstown, but he's now the first base coach. As this one is lashed to third. Lewis with the catch, the throw onto the bag, and the Hagerstown Braves have done it.
Hello and welcome. It's Game 4 of the South Penn League Championship Series. The Hagerstown Braves looking to clinch the title tonight. They got a 2-1 lead in the series. Littlestown looking to stave things off and force a decisive Game 5 down in Hagerstown on Thursday. And both teams just hoping to get this one in a race against the rain. I talked to Dave Klunk before the game, Dodger Dave, and he said that the radar showed that the rain was going the other direction from the ballpark. It sure looked like. So he says, good chance that we'll be able to get some innings in here tonight. Littlestown Carnival is going on out beyond the outfield wall, and another block over. You can actually see off in the distance one of the rides or games flashing there. That might be that hammer game where you try to swing the hammer and hit the bell. That's behind the crowd there with the trees with the little flag on top of it. So far, one of the sparsest crowds we've had for the South Penn League Championship Series so far. I think a lot of people fearing the rain here today, and also probably why there's no overflow parking from the Carnival on this street. Was told to watch out for that before the game. Dodgers getting ready. The manager is exchanging the lineup cards and pleasantries before the start of this game, as it's Justin Keith for Littlestown and Bryson Knight for Hagerstown talking things over. And the Dodgers about ready to break the huddle here. The cup is in the house tonight. Hagerstown manager Bryson Knight said they're being a little superstitious with it. They got it tucked away somewhere. They don't know what's going to happen tonight, but it's here just in case it's needed. For Littlestown, it'll be Justin Gladhill on the hill. He'll be opposed by the Game 1 starter for Hagerstown, Wyatt Freeman. So should see some good, strong pitching here today. And here go the Dodgers as they head out onto this home field for the last time in 2024. Regardless of what happens here tonight, they will not play at this field again until the next calendar year. But they're certainly hoping they have one more game left on the schedule. As we'll go through the Littlestown defensive alignment here, as it's Sam Wirtz at first base. Over at second base is Brandon Nail. The shortstop, Trent Copenhaver. And Clint Roach again at third, as it's the same left side of the infield for Littlestown that we've seen all postseason long. Jacob Cromer is in left. No Ben Stevens here today, so Jamie Nail is in center. And Skip putting himself in right field. Justin Keith comes out from the designated hitter spot and will play the field here today for the Dodgers. Designated hitter will be... The designated hitter for Littlestown will be Zach Netzel. And behind the plate for the Dodgers, we have the catcher, Wade Lineball, once again, as he's handling the catching duties now with Jake Saylor gone for the rest of the series. So Lineball in there at catcher. He'll handle Justin Gladhill on the hill. Gladhill's first start of this series. He's pitched 21 innings in the postseason, just 4 earned runs allowed. They all came in that third inning against Cashtown in Game 1 of the quarterfinals. The semifinals. But 20 scoreless innings other than that. Game number 1, he appeared in relief, got the win. 2 innings, 2 hits, 1 strikeout. Zeros across the board otherwise for Gladhill, except in the W department, as he was the winning pitcher in game number 1. We'll be... So we'll take a look at the Littlestown. We just took a look at the Littlestown defense. We'll take a look at the Hagerstown batting lineup here, and it starts with Jarrett Biesicker, the left fielder for Hagerstown. He's 6 for 12 on this championship series, and swings and misses. Gladhill changing speeds on that one. Hagerstown's lineup, as we were in the dugout after game number 1, and a lot of the Hagerstown guys said, that Gladhill guy, he's legit. So we could see a chance for something really special from it. Justin Gladhill facing elimination here tonight. Ball 1 to Biesicker. As we'll take a look at the rest of the Hagerstown lineup that will be tasked with trying to disrupt him here in a moment. Biesecker 2 hits in every game of the series, exactly 2 for 4 each time. There's a strike, the count 1 ball and 2 strikes now to the Bridgewater College product. Made the short trip from Waynesboro, where he played high school, to go over and play for the Hagerstown Braves. This one backs him off on the inside, a purpose pitch, 2-2, and a rare deep count run by Biesecker. As this series, he's usually had the ball in play within the first 3 pitches of the at-bat. The 2021 South Penn League MVP and Championship Series MVP, he's gunning for another here today. Chips this one foul and he'll stay alive in the count. So glad you've tuned in here for Game 4 of the South Penn League Championship Series on Flea Flicker Media. If there is a Game 5, it'll be Thursday at 6 p.m. at North Hagerstown High School, and we'll have it for you here, live on the airwaves. Glad he'll take a moment here, as it's a guy who's a big-time candidate for Pitcher of the Year versus a guy who's a candidate for the MVP in the league, as Biesecker won the batting title with an astounding .522 batting average for Hagerstown this year. Upped his power game as well with 9 doubles on the season among his 48 hits. The count now full. Dangling the bat out like Chuck Knobloch. Here's the pitch, reaches for this one, grounder to second. Nail up with it, throw on to first, and I guess we better specify that's Brandon Nail. He's been the second baseman for most of the playoffs for Littlestown, and he's up with that one. And Jamie Nail is in at center today for Littlestown. Rest of the Hagerstown lineup looks like this. Ryan Talbert back into the lineup in the number 2 spot. Logan Helzer, the third baseman, bats third. Adam Mathias, the center fielder, bats cleanup. Hunter White, the first baseman, batting 5th. Cam Jackson catching and batting 7th. Riley Jackson, designated hitter, and bats 7th. Cam Jackson is 6th. Riley is 7th. Justin Lewis, the second baseman, batting 8th, and Connor Rahm, the right fielder, batting 9th. So Talbert in the box for his first action since Game 1 of the series. He had a procedure done and missed a couple of games. He hasn't had a start in about 2 months for Hagerstown. He last started for them up in Cashtown during the regular season. There's the pitch outside to Talbert, a mainstay on the Braves' last couple of championship teams. Hagerstown looking for a repeat tonight, looking for back-to-back, and Justin Gladhill looking for a repeat of what he did in the semifinals in Game 4, except this time at home, as Talbert fouls that one off behind the dish. Wonder how many baseballs we're going to lose to the grouchy neighbors tonight. 2 strikes to Talbert, third baseman for Hagerstown. Gladhill with the kick to throw. This one fouled off, and that one saved from a life of banishment to a plastic bucket in a garage as it hits the netting and comes back down onto the field. Talbert putting forth a little bit of a battle here for Hagerstown. I'd like to give a shout out to everyone that's tuning in, watching yours. This one misses down low. Gene Shackle tuning in says, "Let's go Hagerstown." And Jacob Saylor tuning in here as well. How's it going, buddy? Hope you're having a good time wherever you are. And he says, need a Dodgers win today. They need one to keep the season going. It's ball 4 to Talbert, and they have a base runner here in the very first inning, so no perfection here early on for Gladhill. Didn't necessarily expect it, as Hagerstown got a couple of really good swings against him in game number 1, but he got the outs that he needed to close the game down. Big Lavelle Black Sox with a question mark on the comment section. I think that's probably Pat. I don't know if he's here. Let us know what your question is. Our complaint box is always open. Is this one driven deep? Jamie Nail on the case, rounding off his route against the wall, near the wall here, and throws this one into the cutoff man. Not quite against the wall. That one goes out there to die, and a deep fly out from a Hunter White. Didn't even get a chance for introductions. Not even a buy or leave from him, as he just flies that one out to center field on the first pitch. Jacob says he's down in Aruba, if you're down there. Not quite in the... It's down in the same part of the country where Andrew Jones hails from, but not the same exact country. Wonder if there's a lot of Andrew Jones fans over there. Of course, he's from Curacao, one of the ABC islands. Adam Mathias standing in there now, and he takes strike number 1. Mathias bats left-handed, and he's 3 for 10 on the series. He's made the most out of his hits, 2 RBIs, and 1 run scored for the cleanup hitter for Hagerstown. Batted cleanup for them last year in the championship series as well against Cashtown. Breaking ball misses down and outside. Littlestown certainly giving a lot more resistance here to Hagerstown, and this time around Hagerstown rolled through the championship series last year 3-0 against a young Cashtown squad that was looking for a repeat at the time. Talbert the lead from first. Here's the kick and the throw from Gladhill. Lots of power generated on that one, but it's probably not going to go very far, as this one coming up medium depth. Justin Keith there to squeeze it. And that will bring an end to the top of the first inning. After a half, it's Hagerstown 0 and Littlestown coming to bat here on Flea Flicker Media's coverage of the South Penn League Championship Series.
Hello, this is Battlefield Military Museum Incorporated. We display the 200 years of history through military artifacts. We start with the Revolutionary War and end with Vietnam. We specialize with American Civil War and World War II. We have a shop where you may purchase relics and military artifacts. We are open every day during the summer months and weekends during the spring and fall. See you in Gettysburg.
Bottom of the first inning is on tap here in game number 4 of the South Penn League Championship Series. Here from Littlestown, we'll take a look at the Hagerstown Braves defensive alignment here. As over at first base, it's Hunter White, as he's patrolled that position every game in this series. Over at second, Justin Lewis, moving a few feet over from his shortstop position in this series. At shortstop today, that's Ryan Talbert, and that's why he's back in the lineup. At third, Logan Helzer. Out in left field, Jarrett Biesecker, who has seen a lot of action defensively here. Center fielder is Adam Mathias. And in right field, Connor Rahm for the Braves. Take a look at the battery here as Hagerstown behind the dish. It will be Cam Jackson, as he played in right field, a very vocal member of the Braves, and he'll get to be vocal to his starting pitcher, Wyatt Freeman, here today. Freeman went 7 innings, complete game in game number 1, a loss. 4 earned runs for him, all coming in the last inning, as he gave up 7 hits, just those 4 runs, 6 strikeouts. And here is the first pitch to Trent Copenhaver. He takes strike number 1 from Freeman. And a good start for the Hagerstown starter. Here's the kick and the toss to the shortstop for the Dodgers. No balls and 2 strikes, and now the count. I'd like to give a shout out as well to Chris Benevento and Sharon Brimmerman tuning in here on the broadcast. As here's the pitch, popped up down the right side. Chasing it is Hunter White. He'll have it for out number 1 and 3 pitches and 1 out for Wyatt Freeman. The rest of the Littlestown Dodgers lineup, it looks like this. After Copenhaver, it's Justin Keith, the right fielder. Then Clint Roach at third base. Sam Wartz, the first baseman, is batting at 4th. Jacob Cromer, the left fielder, bats 5th. Zach Netzel, designated hitter, batting 6th. Brandon Nail, second baseman, bats 7th. Jamie Nail, center fielder, bats 8th. And Wade Lineball, the catcher, rounding out the order. Here's the kick and the pitch to Justin Keith. It's down and away for a ball. 1 out here in the Littlestown half of the first inning. This one drilled right to Justin Lewis. Right place, right time, and 2 down for Hagerstown here now. So Freeman getting through the first 2 batters on 5 pitches, and he'll now have to deal with Clint Roach, the third baseman. Clint Roach looking for a championship here. It's been a number of championship appearances in a row with losses for him, as he went to all those championships for the Hanover Raiders when they came out on the wrong side against Cashtown. Over here in Littlestown now, and swings and misses at the first one. No balls and 1 strike to count. Freeman looked like a pretty good pitch there, tied him up a little bit, but just inside the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 for 7 on the series for Roach. He took 3 walks in his last game. This one fouled off, hits a telephone pole behind the home plate area and comes back into the field here, so that ball will go back into the rotation. 2 down, nobody on as Wyatt Freeman pitching here for Hagerstown. He's the guy given the starting assignment with the first chance to clinch the title for Hagerstown. Staring straight in at the batter, it's Roach taking his time. They make eye contact, and here's the pitch, popping the mitt. A little bit of infield dust popping out of the glove from Cam Jackson, and it's ball 1. Roach very deliberate at the plate. Freeman, quick as you can be, slide step, gets him with the breaking ball down, strike 3. And that will end the first inning. And no score after 1 frame. Here in the South Penn League Championship Series, we'll head on to inning number 2. Back in a moment. Here at Flea Flicker Media, we so very obviously love sports. It's my goal to sprinkle a little bit of that love back into the community, one live sporting event at a time.
Back up the middle. We might have a play at the plate as Keith is throwing home. Safe is Zach Ketterman, and the game is tied.
If you'd like to be featured on Flea Flicker Media, contact me at our Facebook page, Flea Flicker Media, or at the George Marino's Facebook page.
Hello, this is Battlefield Military Museum Incorporated. We display the 200 years of history through military artifacts. We start with the Revolutionary War and end with Vietnam. We specialize with American Civil War and World War II. We have a shop where you may purchase relics and military artifacts.
Back here for the top of the second inning, it's Hunter White leading things off for Hagerstown. Justin Gladhill got the 3 outs with just 1 base runner back in the first inning. This one is a called strike. I don't know. I guess I could show up on his doorstep and say I'm a used baseball salesman with some kind of disguise. Is that called a strike to White? No balls and 2 strikes now the count. I don't know. Doesn't sound like a very friendly guy. I'm not sure I want to venture on over to that porch. The count, no balls and 2 strikes now to White. Gladhill with the kick and the delivery. Strike 3, good morning, good afternoon, good night, as Gladhill puts him to rest on 3 pitches. And he'll stomp around the mound here as 1 away in the second inning. Just a reminder that our scoreboard is brought to you by Battlefield Military Museum. Unfortunately for folks, the museum is going to be open basically on Fridays and weekends only for the next couple of weeks before they move to their new location. As that one called a ball to Cam Jackson, and a little bit of a whoa from the Hagerstown or the Littlestown dugout, as they thought that was probably going to be another routine strike for him. Gladhill now kicking and firing. Jackson takes that one, and that one a strike. Jackson the catcher today, so he's had a half inning of interacting with the home plate umpire there, and you have no idea how valuable that is in your relationship with the umpire as a catcher to getting borderline calls. This one misses 2-1. Gladhill lets out a grunt as he knew immediately that one was not going where he wanted it to. Behind in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike now to Jackson, who adds catching to his resume for the South Penn League postseason. We hadn't seen him catch this year. Of course, we only had 1 Hagerstown game on the broadcast all year before this championship series. As there's a strike to Jackson, so we're learning some things about a lot of these Hagerstown players. Jackson, the right fielder for the first 3 games of the series, and also a friend of the program here on Flea Flicker Media. The kick and the toss, that one misses. 3 balls and 2 strikes as he takes a look over to his dugout in the on-deck circles. He gets ready for the payoff pitch from Gladhill. Everybody from the South Penn League tuning in here. These are the only 2 teams in action, and will be for the rest of the season, as that one misses down low and gets away, and Gladhill has walked a guy for the 2nd time here in this ball game here early on, as Jackson will head down to first base. And he is a 1-out base runner for the Hagerstown Braves, the defending champions of the South Penn League. They've won 2 of the last 3 titles. Been in all 5 of the championship series in the 5 years they've been in the league since they came over from the West Shore Twilight League, where they had quite a rivalry with current South Penn League member Shippensburg. Ball up high to Riley Jackson, and Riley Jackson certainly in the front runners for the South Penn League Championship Series MVP right now. He's 3 for 8, which is solid enough. 5 runs batted in, a run scored, and he started the big rally for them in Game 2. He had the game-winning hit 2 days ago in Game 3, as there is a strike. Always interesting to see Championship Series MVP situations, as there's a pickoff throw back to first, and that one back in sliding is Jackson. So no balls in play so far this inning. A walk, a strikeout. Another pickoff throw, they got him! He tagged him on the head, and he is out. Cam Jackson was caught leaning on that one as Gladhill picks back, and Littlestown now evens the score and picked off base runners in this series, as Stevens got picked off in game number 3 down in Hagerstown, and now Gladhill picks off Cam Jackson here, and that's big, with a red-hot hitter at the plate right now. Jackson had 2 hits in the last game, as we said, the 2 RBI. This one popped up, he had 1 hit in the last game. Nail camping out underneath it. That's Brandon Nail with Jamie Nail in the background. He catches it, and the pickoff plays huge. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left. After 1.5, Hagerstown and Littlestown still knotted up in a pitcher's duel, 0-0. Back in a moment, here on South Penn Championship Series on Flea Flicker Media. Here at Flea Flicker Media, we so very obviously love sports. It's my goal to sprinkle a little bit of that love back into the community, one live sporting event at a time.
Back up the middle. We might have a play at the plate as Keith is throwing home. Safe is Zach Ketterman, and the game is tied.
If you'd like to be featured on Flea Flicker Media, contact me at our Facebook page, Flea Flicker Media, or at the George Marino's Facebook page.
Hello, this is Battlefield Military Museum Incorporated. We display the 200 years of history through military artifacts. We start with the Revolutionary War and end with Vietnam. We specialize with American Civil War and World War II. We have a shop where you may purchase relics and military artifacts. We are open every day during the summer months and weekends during the spring and fall. See you in Gettysburg.
My name's Chris Shackle, and you're watching South Penn Baseball on Flea Flicker Media.
Back here for the bottom of the 2nd inning, we missed 1 pitch. It was a fly out by Sam Wirtz to center fielder Adam Mathias. That'll bring Jacob Cromer to the plate now for Littlestown as he backs away from that spinner on the inside corner. 1 ball and no strikes from Wyatt Freeman. A little bit of Clemens in that pre-pitch stance as he drops a curveball in there in the dirt, and Cromer chases it. 1 ball and 1 strike, now the count. Can a Hagerstown victory here today ends this 2024 South Penn League season? If that does happen, stay tuned, as this one lashed to left field. A base hit for Cromer, the first hit of the ball game for either team, as we were hitless through the first inning and a half of this one. So Cromer there with a hit, adding to his handful of them in this series. If Hagerstown does win this game here today, we'll have the on-field celebration, post-game interviews, and the trophy presentation. They are the defending champions. They brought the trophy up here themselves, but have it tucked away somewhere. Also, stay tuned after the broadcast. We'll have a special presentation flashing back on all the memories of this 2024 South Penn League season. You won't want to miss that. Ball 1 down low, is standing in there is Zach Netzel. Netzel, the 2015 South Penn League MVP. 2 balls and no strikes. Chris Lippy, tuning in on the broadcast, said he was up at the carnival earlier on and says he hopes the weather cooperates. Have a couple people saying that it looks like we should be clear to get in a good bit of baseball here tonight. As that's a swing and a miss from Netzel. 2 balls and 1 strike, now the count. Freeman from the stretch position has a completely different setup. Looked like a changeup as he throws that one in there. It wasn't his breaking ball and it wasn't a heater. I think it was the changeup. And the count now 2-2. Reminder, you can contribute to the Flea Flicker Media broadcast team by Venmoing me at George-Marinos on Venmo. That pitch is framed up nicely by Jackson, but just misses, and the count runs full here as Littlestown. Well, in the playoffs, they often say 1 base runner's a rally. I think if 2 cut on here for Littlestown, that certainly qualifies as a rally. Breaking ball, caught him looking. Netzel looking for something else. He hangs his head and hangs a Yui back to the home dugout for Littlestown immediately. Freeman with his second punch out of the game, 2 down. Brandon Nail. You guys all saw his heroics in Game 5 of the South Penn semifinals. He's up there now looking to move Cromer around the bases. That one misses up high, 1 ball and no strikes. Walk-off sacrifice fly in game number 5 against Cashtown, and it was Littlestown finally getting past the Pirates after years of Cashtown dominating that series in the postseason. This one misses up and in, 2 balls and no strikes. Weather has cooled off quite a bit here as Freeman slide steps to the plate. That one misses outside. Pickoff throw back to first. Cromer is in there safely. Collision, and Hunter White gets knocked off course a little bit there. The ball comes out. And didn't look like he knew where it was. It didn't look like he was overly happy about that collision either. Thanks for that weather update, Rick, from Chambersburg out in our Franklin County coverage area. We cover Franklin County Tigers semi-pro football in the Springs. We probably have some viewers from there tuning in addition to Rick. That's a strike to Nails. The count now 3 balls and 1 strike, taking all the way. A pair of Nails back to back as Jamie is next. Called a strike on the outside corner, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. And Cam Jackson with some words of encouragement for his veteran starting pitcher Freeman. Thought we might see Brock Smith here today, but not to be. As Nail lashes that one back up the middle. Going straight to the bag is the second baseman Lewis, and he'll sprint off to the Hagerstown dugout. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left. We're through 2 full innings from Littlestown. Still no score here on the show. Back in a moment on Flea Flicker Media. Here at Flea Flicker Media, we so very obviously love sports. It's my goal to sprinkle a little bit of that love back into the community, one live sporting event at a time.
Back up the middle. We might have a play at the plate as Keith is throwing home. Safe is Zach Ketterman, and the game is tied.
If you'd like to be featured on Flea Flicker Media, contact me at our Facebook page, Flea Flicker Media, or at the George Marino's Facebook page. Back in Littlestown, no rain as of yet, fingers crossed, as the Hagerstown Braves head out to the batter's box here again. It'll be 8-9-1. Justin Lewis will lead things off for the Braves against Justin Gladhill. 2 hitless innings so far here for Gladhill as that one misses down in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. A little uncharacteristic wildness from him so far here early on as he's walked a pair of guys. Ball's behind in the count here, 1-0. Just came from Gettysburg, and there were dark clouds there earlier. As that one misses up and in, Lewis backed off the plate. Well, whoever Nolan might be, that doesn't sound like a good situation for him. Well, I guess if he asks for the baseballs for youth, that might work. Or say he's with the Boy Scouts or has some cookies or something, I don't know. Pitch to Lewis, misses just low, 3 balls and 1 strike. He's nodding his head in approval. I guess Pat is here today. That's what I'm guessing. Don't mind my internal ramblings as the pitch from Gladhill misses down and in, and it's a 3rd walk for him, and you wonder how tired that arm's getting with all the action he's seen in the South Penn League playoffs so far. Nobody's seen more action in the South Penn League playoffs than us here on Flea Flicker Media. This is our 13th game that we've done in a span of 23 days. And we would have 1 more if Littlestown can push across the victory here today. Standing in there is Connor Rahm, who made his first appearance in the series in at Game 2. Knocked a couple of singles for his first 2 hits of the postseason. Then was the winning pitcher in Game 3 in relief. Pair of strikes to Rahm. On the regular season, Rahm hit .235, so a little bit hotter here in this limited sample size in the postseason as Justin Lewis back to the bag at first. One of the co-managers for the the Hagerstown Braves. Well, that'd be interesting, the Littlestown Braves. Maybe we'll see it someday with the South Penn Selects team in the Tom Kerrigan Memorial Tournament. Kicking the throw from Gladhill's. This one misses outside. That Kerrigan Memorial Tournament is coming up. Wonder who the South Penn is going to send in representation this year. Tanner Byers and a lot of the Mason-Dixon Rebels guys went there last year. That was when Byers was still a member of the Black Sox and the pitcher of the year in the league. Rahm breaks his bat. It's back to Gladhill. Throwing to second for the out. On to first. Double play. 1-6-3 as Copenhaver turns the trick, gets the putout and the assist, and Gladhill helping himself. I guess he's his own best friend there, and Copenhaver helping out as well. 2 quickly down here now for Hagerstown in the 3rd. Motoring along here is barely across the half-hour mark in this one. And it's Jarrett Biesecker to hit for the 2nd time. Puts this one in the air to right field. Center, excuse me, and that's going to be caught there for the final out of the inning by Jamie Nail. Littlestown will come back to the bat rack here. We're headed to the middle innings. Bottom of the 3rd coming up. Still no score in Game 4 of the South Penn League Championship Series.
Hello, this is Battlefield Military Museum Incorporated. We display the 200 years of history through military artifacts. We start with the Revolutionary War and end with Vietnam. We specialize with American Civil War and World War II. We have a shop where you may purchase relics and military artifacts. We are open every day during the summer months and weekends during the spring and fall. See you in Gettysburg.
Well, here's what we're looking at overhead as some body of weather, some storm is headed this direction, it looks like, as there's the dark clouds starting to make things rather dark here at the field. Was trying to look for another word than dark, but that was the only thing I could come up with. Getting pretty dark here. The lights will probably have to kick on in the field soon. They can't put the lights on in the middle of an inning. Both teams has to have the lights for the top half and the bottom half of a said inning. At least that's the way the rule is supposed to be. I know that doesn't always work out that way, as we had a game here in the playoffs earlier on where that didn't end up being the case. Jamie Nail takes ball one. If we do have any weather issues, stick with us. We'll have some alternate programming during the weather delay. Not sure what that'll be yet, as that misses up and in. 2 balls and no strikes to Nail. This off-season, we'll get some more episodes of South Penn and Under 10 done, and then we'll have more material for the rain delays for next season. Nail backs off from that one, and you usually get the call against you as a batter when you make it that apparent that you're not going to swing, but he just wanted to make sure that he didn't lift the bat off his shoulder on that one, and it's 2-1. That pitch to Nail down low, 3 balls and 1 strike. Is Jamie Nail playing center field for Littlestown here today, his first start of the postseason. This one is driven to right field. That's going to get down in front of Rom, and the second hit of the game for Littlestown. Down here at the bottom of the order, they're getting some things done, and Wade Lineball coming to the dish now. Lineball has 1 hit in the series so far. It's a double as he stands in there at the plate, the former Hanover Raider. Handling the catching duties once again here today. Here's the kick and the toss. Lineball swinging and missing at that one. No balls and 1 strike. Yeah, the storms on the weather app that I was looking at earlier, it said 70% chance of rain coverage by 7 o'clock. It's at 8 o'clock. It was 90% chances. Here's a bunt from Lineball. Goes out towards the pitcher's mound. Freeman up with it. Throw across to first for the out. And 1 down. They move Nail into scoring position here for Littlestown. So 1 out. 1 in scoring position here for the Dodgers, and Trent Copenhaver coming in to the plate as a strong breeze blows through the ballpark now, and maybe moments away from getting some precipitation here. Well, you saw Game 5 against Cashtown. They forced that game through despite the rain. See what happens here is the end of the summer season. People have flights to catch to vacation spots and other things to do, so South Penn League doesn't like to have a huge overhang after that last drop-dead date for the finals. Strike 1, ball 1 to Trent Copenhaver, the shortstop for Littlestown, as he bats here. 4 for 11 on the series after his first at-bat ground out. Takes a strike at the knees, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Freeman looking for his 3rd punch out of the game. Copenhaver was not one of those victims the first time up. Fell behind 0-2 and put 1 in play. Talbert jockeying the runner Nail. Very interesting technique there, slapping the glove on both sides of him. As Copenhaver drives this one back up the middle, that's going to be caught. Nail didn't stray too far from the bag at second, and he's able to get back with ease. Has Matthias there to catch the ball for the second out. I believe I just felt the first raindrop, and I think I might see some falling off in the distance over there. There's another one. It's definitely here. Whatever's coming is definitely here. Justin Keith with ominous storm winds blowing and ripping through the ballpark. He'll look to hit the ball just as hard as he did his first time up. There's a strike. No balls and one strike to the 2006 Delona Catholic graduate. Keith lined out to second baseman Justin Lewis his first time up, hit it right on the screws, but right into the chest and the glove of Justin Lewis. 0-1 pitch from Freeman, as I'm sure you can hear this wind kicking up. Goes to second, Lewis up with it, lobs the throw on to first for the out. 3 scoreless innings for Wyatt Freeman, matching the 3 scoreless innings for Justin Gladhill. We'll head to the 4th here on Flea Flicker Media as we try to outrace this impending storm. Back in a moment. Here at Flea Flicker Media, we so very obviously love sports. It's my goal to sprinkle a little bit of that love back into the community, one live sporting event at a time.
Back up the middle. We might have a play at the plate as Keith is throwing home. Safe is Zach Catterman, and the game is tied.
If you'd like to be featured on Flea Flicker Media, contact me at our Facebook page, Flea Flicker Media, or at the George Marino's Facebook page.
Hello, this is Battlefield Military Museum Incorporated. We display the 200 years of history through military artifacts. We start with the Revolutionary War and end with Vietnam. We specialize with American Civil War and World War II. We have a shop where you may purchase relics and military artifacts. We are open every day during the summer months and weekends during the spring and fall. See you in Gettysburg.
I'm Dougie Sims, and you're watching Flea Flicker Media.
Do apologize, folks. Back here for the top of the 4th inning, trying to work out our rain contingency situation up here, and the umbrella won't cooperate, so we're having a fun time with that right now. We're going to get dumped on here in a few minutes. There's nothing we can do about it. As Ryan Talbert at the plate here now, facing Gladhill. I have no idea what the count is, and my apologies, folks. Having a true Bruckmeyer moment here in the booth. As that one misses down low to Talbert, as you can really see those clouds off in the distance over there. They're over top of the football field and motoring in towards the baseball field here. Talbert pops this one up off that direction. That will be a foul ball. So, Hagerstown happy to get Talbert back in the lineup, as that's for sure. They sure missed him throughout this series, but they have put up 15 runs over the last 2 games. This one a ball down low. Really kicking up here now as the clouds cover the entire outfield. And we're going to be in complete darkness here in a minute, and probably going to have to go to the lights here. They're still not putting them on quite yet, as the stanchions Wiggling back and forth as Talbert drives that one down in the corner. Justin Keith going to dig it out. Talbert heading for second. He'll pull up anchor there. And he's a leadoff base runner here for the Braves, as he'll go to give his equipment off to the base coach. That's the first hit of the game for Hagerstown. Was Gladhill walked 3 in the first couple of innings, but no hits for him yet. And Talbert a leadoff double. So Gladhill into the soup here early on, and now we've got Dave Klunk talking things over with the home plate umpire, and not sure what's going on here. It's probably relating to the rain and the impending situation here. Not raining yet, folks. We did feel a couple of drops earlier, but Dave Klunk walking his way on back over to the Littlestown dugout. And these clouds are really menacing here right now, as we've got Copenhagen and Gladhill, and it has to do with the light and how dark it is. I wish you guys could see how dark it was right now. Gladhill will deal with the number 3 hitter in the order. But first, a mound visit, and a reminder that all these mound visits are brought to you by Battlefield Military Museum. Logan Helzer is the hitter now. They'll talk over the scouting report for him. He hit a first pitch fly ball to center field his last time up. After the long at bat from Talbert, Gladhill may be needing a little bit of a breather there. Got plenty of one, as I guess both teams in agreement to keep playing here, that it's not too dark yet, but it is pretty dark. Advantage pitcher. Gladhill brings this one in. This one is hit to center. That's going to dunk in there in the darkness, and coming up with it is Jamie Nail. He'll throw into the cutoff guy, Sam Wirtz. And the Hagerstown Braves sit guys on the corner here in the top of the 4th. Wind really blowing the infield dirt across now, and if this goes on for much longer, they're going to pull the players off the field. We saw this in Gettysburg, at Rick Weichert Memorial Field down there, when the Gettysburg Grays had a team a couple of years ago. They played New Oxford, and just the wind was enough to get the teams off the field. It was a weather exactly like this. Adam Mathias stands in there and jumps back from one on the inside corner, off the inside corner. 1 ball and no strikes the count. First and third, nobody out here for Hagerstown. You would think advantage pitcher in these conditions, but the hitters coming through with their best swings of the day against him. Here's the toss from Gladhill. Mathias ropes this one down the first base line and foul. 1 ball, 1 strike from Gladhill. As the fans over here on the Littlestown side of the field down the first base line a lot of them are packing up, getting ready to make a mad scramble for cars and stuff, and Mathias stands in there calmly, waiting the pitch. Called a ball. Well, if a runner on is a rally in the postseason, this is an absolute dead red scoring chance. First and third, Gladhill trying to work his way out of it. They're over at the power box as this one misses high for Mathias, 3-1, and it almost seems as if Gladhill is more affected by this than the batters have been, because this, as soon as these clouds came in, that's when he started to struggle. In the catbird's perch now is Mathias. Pickoff throw back to first, and in safely is Helzer. Helzer scored a pair of runs in game number 3. He's looking to replicate that feat here for Hagerstown. As the pitch misses to the backstop, no advance from third. Gladhill in to cover the plate and fishing that one out as line ball. And Hagerstown with the bases loaded. They were over at the power box. I think I see some of the light cells starting to kick on a little bit here. As this is one of those situations where, rules be darned, they've got to get these lights on, or I don't know. We're in the eye of the storm right now here, so to speak. A space between the two clouds as Hunter White is at the box. Strike at the knees, no balls and 1 strike. Sacks full of Braves. It's down at third. Ryan Talbert, Logan Helzer at second, and Adam Mathias at first. There's a ball in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike now. And boy, this really is something out of a movie scene right now, as it's just wind swirling like we're in a port city in the northeast. You're going to throw from Gladhill. Misses down low, 2-1. It's almost like it's almost like in a situation there's some hesitation as far as swinging, because this is just, it's such a cinematic moment right now. And we hope we're bringing at least some of this effect here to you. On the screen, it's not quite as dark as it is here at the ballpark. Not quite as dark at the ballpark as it was for that Maryland Phantoms semi-pro football game finishing up a couple of years ago. 2-1 pitch from Gladhill. This one's hit in the air. Retreating is Nail. That one is out of here. A grand slam for the Hagerstown Braves, as they're excited over in that dugout as they take a 4-0 lead here in game number 4. First 4 have reached here in the inning, and it's Hunter White, the power hitter for the Braves. 4 home runs on the regular season. He's got this one here now in the postseason, and a big blow as Hagerstown takes the 4-0 lead. What a swing by White. That one just had the sound off the bat, and Jamie Nail retreated immediately in center, but there was nothing he could do about it. Climbed the wall in vain as that one exited the premises. And Hagerstown, in the aftershock of that one, will look to build on their 4-0 lead. This game's been played at a lot closer of a pace than, or a lot closer distance than the semifinal series, as there's a strike 1 ball 1 to Cam Jackson. As almost every inning of that Littlestown series was played within 1 or 2 runs of each other. This series, it's been 3 or 4 runs for almost every inning. Swing and a miss, blowing that one by him on the upper part of the zone, and the count 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Gladhill trying to recover to get the out and get his team back into the dugout. They've scored 4 off of Freeman in a game already in this series, so they have to have some confidence that they can do it again. But certainly a big blow, and that has Hagerstown thinking title. Jackson grounds this one back to the mound. Gladhill up with it. He'll whip it to first. Bouncing throw. Sam Wirtz there to dig it out. And 1 out for Hagerstown. Yeah, it's lighting up here a little bit at the ballpark, but there's one big cloud right behind that patch of open space there, as Gladhill will now deal with Riley Jackson. Ball to the backstop, 1 ball and no strikes to Jackson. Gladhill snapping at the ball back to the mound. You know, he's upset at himself for giving up that grand slam, but nothing he can do about it. Got to put it in the rear view now. Riley Jackson popped out his first time up to the second baseman Nail. Gladhill with the pitch. Jackson hits this one to left. Cromer staggering back. He's got that one over the head with the catch as it drifted on him a little bit. I think the wind blowing straight out from behind home plate. As you look at the netting behind home plate here, it really is something. Look how far that's bulging towards straight center field. So Jackson hit that one hard, but guys on the Hagerstown bench immediately asking for that one to get up in the wind. Justin Lewis to the plate. Takes a ball down low, 1-0. You know, if the wind's blowing out like this, 4 runs, Hagerstown's going to want to try to add on here. It's going to be a tough ask against Gladhill, the ace of the Dodgers. That one down low, 2-0. The rain and lightning has reached Gettysburg, and I assume it's headed this direction. Gladhill's pitch called a strike just at the H of the Hagerstown logo. Lewis certainly thought it was a little bit high, and Gladhill now motioning to the plate. Not sure if he had a beef with Lewis there or what. I think he was telling him to get back in the box. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That one misses down low, 3-1. Can't quite see what's beyond this second cloud that's getting ready to come over the ballpark here, as we have a banner for one of the Littlestown sports teams behind us here in the stands, and we've had it all postseason long. Called a strike, and the count runs full. Looking for that 3rd out. Here's the kick, the toss. Driven to left. Copenhaver backpedaling, and he's got it at the shortstop position. The Storm mounting, and so is the offense for Hagerstown. They score 4. We're halfway home on the show here on Flea Flicker Media. Back in a moment with more live baseball. Here at Flea Flicker Media, we so very obviously love sports. It's my goal to sprinkle a little bit of that love back into the community, one live sporting event at a time.
Back up the middle. We might have a play at the plate as Keith is throwing home. Safe is Zach Catterman, and the game is tied.
If you'd like to be featured on Flea Flicker Media, contact me at our Facebook page, Flea Flicker Media, or at the George Marino's Facebook page.
Hello, this is Battlefield Military Museum Incorporated. We display the 200 years of history through military artifacts. We start with the Revolutionary War and end with Vietnam. We specialize with American Civil War and World War II. We have a shop where you may purchase relics and military artifacts. We are open every day during the summer months and weekends during the spring and fall. See you in Gettysburg.
Bottom of the 4th inning, set to get underway here from Littlestown as the Dodgers now in a 4-0 hole. Hagerstown needs just one win to win the title. As on the mound, it's a new pitcher for Hagerstown, as that'll be number 28 for the Braves, as Clinch leads things off here in the 4th inning. 1 ball and no strikes the count. Brock Smith is the pitcher here for Hagerstown. Is that one called a strike? So there is Brock Smith, the Tennessee Tech product. We didn't see him to start, but Miss Bryson Knight didn't specify that we'd see him to start or relieve, so he's here in relief. As there's a strike to Roach, 1-2 now the count. Brock Smith, if you haven't seen the highlight tapes, pitched for Tennessee Tech. Graduated, I believe, this past season. He pitched against Tennessee in the SEC and saw him get at least one strikeout against them, as this one driven to right field and down for a hit for Roach. We're getting a little behind on the scorebook here. The batter is Sam Wirtz as he takes a strike. Brock Smith's pitch to Wirtz is just high, 1 ball and 1 strike. That one outside, 2-1 now to Wirtz, who flew out to center field his first time up. We did not capture that one on the broadcast, and we do apologize for that. Pitch from Smith is a called strike, 2-2. Smith with the carnival announcer off in the distance. This ball, 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Wirtz. Payoff pitch is coming. Roach led things off with a single here for Littlestown. It's Smith, supposed to be their ace in the hole here in this game. This one thrown back to the base and strikeout for Wirtz as he's down. Swinging. Do apologize for the motion of the camera there as we're trying to figure out what's going on here with our tripod as it's not functioning the way that it should. So Smith will deal with Jacob Cromer now. Strike 1 to Cromer, the left fielder for Littlestown. Strike 2. Cromer singled his first time up. He was left out there after a one-out single in the second inning. Here's the kick and the toss. Popped up to right field. That one is going to fall foul just beyond the line here as Rom giving it a look. Thrown back into the umpire here. So Hagerstown's a 4-run rally capped off by Hunter White's grand slam, almost a dead center here in the ballpark, and that's the big blow of the game here so far for Hagerstown. A couple of hits to start that thing. This one goes to the backstop, and Roach will move up to second. Cromer standing in there, pops this one up down the right field line again, giving chase is White. That will touch down foul and out of play. And we'll try it again here to Cromer. George Marinos here bringing you all the live action of South Penn League Baseball as Cromer chops this one, hit himself with it, and it's a foul ball heading over towards the Hagerstown dugout. Clouds firmly stationed over the ballpark now. The wind stabilizing a little bit, and just as I say that, it kicks up a moment. Been told I'm a jinx before, so not surprising there. As the Littlestown Carnival off in the distance, we hear some announcements from it every once in a while. Smith with the delivery, the hair flowing. This one popped up. That ball is gone for life. Yep. You guys know exactly where that went. It went into sight, hit something over there. I'm not sure. The Littlestown fans cheering at the destruction of something over there on Bill's property. Time called. And now Cam Jackson is going to rip off the mask, and he's upset. The Hagerstown Braves are going to have to head off the field here, and the Dodgers with them as the base umpire out at second base saw lightning. He's going to call for a rain delay, or at least a lightning delay. 7:03 the time, an hour and 1 minute into this ball game here, and we're in a delay. So Hagerstown leading at 4-0. If this game got through 5 innings official, it would have been over if they didn't resume, and Hagerstown would have been crowned the champions, and that's why Jackson's so upset, because this is not an official ball game yet. 2 outs here in the 4th inning for Littlestown. 4 outs away from an official game for Hagerstown. Excuse me, 1 out away. 5 outs away from an official game for Hagerstown. Jacob Cromer will be at the plate when we come back. Clint Roach on first base, 1 down here in the 4th. Brock Smith pitching. Assume he just started pitching, so assume he'll be good to go back out there. We'll send you to commercial break here for a moment, and then we'll have some South Penn alternate programming here for you. We're in a lightning delay in Game 4 of the South Penn League at Championship Series. Stick with us for updates. We'll be here for at least a half hour before we play again. Here at Flea Flicker Media, we so very obviously love sports. It's my goal to sprinkle a little bit of that love back into the community, one live sporting event at a time.
back up the middle. We might have a play at the plate as Keith is throwing home. Safe is Zach Catterman, and the game is tied.
If you'd like to be featured on Flea Flicker Media, contact me at our Facebook page, Flea Flicker Media, or at the George Marinos Facebook page.
Hello, this is Battlefield Military Museum Incorporated. We display the 200 years of history through military artifacts. We start with the Revolutionary War and end with Vietnam. We specialize with American Civil War and World War II. We have a shop where you may purchase relics and military artifacts. We are open every day during the summer months and weekends during the spring and fall. See you in Gettysburg.
I'm Dougie Sims, and you're watching Flea Flicker Media.
Back here at the ballpark in Littlestown, a weather delay. We've been for 3 minutes, keep hearing rolling of thunder and crashing of lightning. We're going to send you to some South Penn League alternate programming as the team's hunkering down in the dugout here, fans heading to cover. The rain hitting for the first time just at this moment. And we're going to head for some shelter as well and send you to some South Penn League alternate programming. It'll be Game 5 of the 2021 South Penn League, a semifinal series between Cashtown and Hagerstown, our South Penn in under 10 episode. And then we'll have more additional programming for you the longer this delay gets. We'll check back in between episodes to let you guys know the status of the delay here at the ballpark. Hagerstown leads at 4-0 in Game 4. They need 5 outs to make this an official game. We're in the 4th inning. Littlestown still trying to come back. We'll be back on Flea Flicker Media with live updates in about 10 minutes. See you then. For now, enjoy South Penn in under 10. The 2021 season started with the Hagerstown Braves looking for redemption after their narrow loss to the Cashtown Pirates in the 2020 South Penn League Championship Series. The Cashtown Pirates came into the year as 4-time defending champions after pulling off a stunning comeback in Hagerstown to win the title. It made all the sense in the world that the two teams would meet in the 2021 South Penn League semifinals. It made even more sense that after a hard-fought series, everything would come down to a decisive Game 5. This is the story of that Game 5 of the 2021 South Penn League semifinal series. On South Penn in under 10.
Wilson, the twist and the delivery. Swing and a miss, and Wilson's got his first punch out of the game. Chase King, the batter, he's swinging at the first one, a high chopper. That's going to elude the third baseman, TJ Gallagher, in the hole, has no play. That one misses low. Here's the stretch and the throw, and Cool is going to rip this one to the right center field gap. That's down. Rounding third and coming home is King. He'll score standing up as the ball is cut off, and the Pirates take a 1-0 lead thanks to the RBI single by DJ Cool. Wilson to the belt. The hold and the throw. Ketterman lines this one to center. It's coming up short. It's going to be caught. Mitch Wilson back to the stretch. The 1-1 offering, and Temple is going to put a charge into that one. It's curving back towards the center fielder. Laying out is Matthias, and he catches it. He loses the hit, but hauls into baseball. Taking on 3-0, but Biesecker's got a lot of power and can do a lot of damage. Bluffing going again. Here's the pitch to Lewis. Driving this one to center. It's going to hang up there for Chase King. Sometimes he's leading off. Sometimes he's going back on a one-way. And Mott commits one. sins of pitching. This one popped up. DJ Cool camping out underneath it as he backpedals. He calls it out, and he'll grab it right on the chalk lines. Bottom of the first inning here from Municipal Stadium in Hagerstown. This one is fisted into left field. That one's down. Here comes the throw. Biesicker heading for the plate. The ball beats him, but it skips away from Collins, and Biesicker in to tie the game. Mott to the belt. They'll wind up on the throw. That one misses well outside. We'll face the same. So bases loaded here in the bottom of the first. It's Corey Walters. Puts this one in the air. King settling under it. And a breath of relief for Cashtown fans and players alike. Aerial view like a football scouting tape. This one hit off the end of the bat to second. Fielding it is Ketterman. The 2-0 offering, there it is, and he drives it to center field, but King moving a couple of steps to his right and then to his left. Biggest game that Hagerstown has played all season. That one's just out of the reach of Mott and just out of the reach of Ketterman, who dives for it. Hits this one back up the middle off the glove of Mott. It down a bit. Left matchup they want right now. So Marshall Mott is out of the game after an inning and 2/3 of work. And Josh Topper clinched a spot in the deciding game of the championship. Broken bat fister, that one's going to fall through. One run is in. Temple boxes it. Lewis around to score easily as well. They're going to hold Corey Jamison. Chase King, the former South Penn League Pitcher of the Year. Sharp ground ball rolls through on the left side, and King. Wilson with the stretch, and he hit Reinert. 4 outs, but they were still batting. Cole deadens that one. Have one play. It's Jacoby. Runs it. And put the struggles of this postseason out of his mind. Drives this one to left. That's going to score at least one. We'll see if they play it station to station. They do. Reinert stops at third. And the Cashtown crowd erupts. And Pitcher of the Year award this year. Bases loaded for Mike Temple. That one gets away from Jacoby. Scoots under the glove. Coming home to score is Reinert. And we're tied 3-3. Here's the pitch outside. It kicks away from Jacoby. A late read. Here comes the runner. He is out. DJ Cole. One of the area's fine former professional ball players. Puts this one on the ground to third. Heading back is Ketterman. The throw across to second is dropped. Justin Lewis could not come up with it. Not sure what happened there. Misses way outside. Discard. What you don't need. As Davis tosses the bat away and drives in the go-ahead run with a walk. He's 4 for 16 this postseason. Sends this one skyward. Let's fly with an expletive. It's got to come with a nice one. The kick and the delivery, that misses inside, and for the second time this inning, Cashtown has walked in a run with the bases loaded. To rip it if it's there. Ground ball back up the middle. That's going to be fielded by the shortstop, Gallagher, and booted, and a third Hagerstown error here in a nightmarish third inning for the Braves. So Brock Smith into the game. This will be his first appearance of the postseason, and he takes a tumble on one of his last warm-up tosses. This is the guy that's been hot with the bat for them all year. Swing and a miss, foul tip, and Reinert strikes out. But now he's got a deal with the most fearsome hitter on Hagerstown. Surely there are hitters that their fans and players and people that know this team very well may say are better hitters than Biesicker, but nobody's had a better statistical line this season on the team than Biesicker. Opposite field, one hopper to Cool. He gets redemption for himself and for Topper. 2-2 now as Rohrball is pulled back even. He swings and misses, overpowered by Smith. On the bullpen out there. As here's the 3-1 pitch. It's outside, ball 4. Injury situations. This one heading deep to right field. On my Facebook page, it's still there. This one drilled. King didn't see it. It's going. This is going to be hauled in by King. May not be long before we see Anthony Lippy in this ball game. Sounded like it might have been a broken bat. Wasn't solid contact. That'll flare in there over the head of the shortstop, Zach Ketterman. His Topper looks for a put-away pitch. He's not going to get it in terms of a strikeout. This ball is over the head of Simeon Davis all the way up against the wall. Two are going to score. Mason not stopping at second. Easy into third, standing with a triple. And the Hagerstown Braves have pulled 2 runs closer. It's 6-5. Here's the twist and the delivery. This one sent skyward. Cool, ranging over like Charlie Hayes in Game 6 of the '96 World Series. As the top of the order for Cashtown tries to get things ignited once again. Strike 3 called. And got a nice novel for when this one's over. Ground ball off the glove of Topper. Ketterman Fields throws onto first. Dug out by Reinert. So on is, it looks like, Will Grove, the reigning South Penn League Pitcher of the Year. To cash in for the first time today. A weak roller. It gets past the third baseman. Throw to second. Out. Just in time. Gallagher to Lewis. Boom. Ground ball up the middle. Ketterman with another chance at this. Fields it. Throws to first. This time they get him. A 6-3 double play. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Ketterman pops that one up, and racing over for it is Riley Jackson. He's got room. He's going to haul it in front of the netting. We got a great game here today. That one misses down low. To set right the wrongs of last year. The throw from Collins. Mason is in safely here in the bottom of the 7th. Squaring to bunt, putting down a good one. It's going to be a hit. Misses inside. Borderline pitch goes the way of Jackson, and the bases are juiced. The combatants from the other semifinal are now sitting back and watching this game. Swing and a miss. Hagerstown at least wants to tie things up here. They're still trailing in this ball game. That's the thing that's hard to remember. Biesecker chops this one up the middle. It's through. That's going to win the ball game. The Hagerstown Braves are going to walk it off and go to the South Penn League Championship Series. Look at those players. Look at the excitement from the Hagerstown Braves as they chase Jared Biesecker, the guy with the winning hit around the infield.
We thank you for tuning in to another episode of South Penn in Under 10. Stay tuned throughout the summer as we'll have more episodes featuring some of the greatest games in South Penn League history, pared down into under 10 minutes. This is George Marinos signing off. Back here in Littlestown, it's George Marinos, and we're upside down. Oh my goodness. There we go. We're back to the right direction. Things are kind of upside down and sideways here in Littlestown as you see this rain coming down. The skies opened up about a minute or two after the rain delay, and now you see puddles forming in the field. So not sure if we're going to get to resume this game here today. It's not an official ball game yet. So Hagerstown and Littlestown would have to resume this game at the next available date on this field. And with the pounding Memorial Field is taking right now, we're not sure if that's going to be tomorrow. There's always other options available, like playing at another location. But really an untimely thing to happen here towards the end of the South Penn League season as sheets of rain just coming down here in Littlestown. And the Dodgers are hunkering down over here and just waiting out the delay as they wait to see if they'll get to resume play here later on tonight. This is George Marinos from Littlestown. We'll send you to more South Penn alternate programming here on Flea Flicker Media. We'll be back in about another 8 or 9 minutes with another update on things here in Littlestown in Game 4 of the South Penn League Championship Series. Resumption of the game at another time. Boy, that would be pure chaos. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and the Cashtown Pirates win it. The Cashtown Pirates win it. They're back on top of the hill. 1 year away from the championship, and it's Anthony Lippy pitching them back to the reign of champions, and that one has to feel the sweetest of the 6 they've won. As Lippy heaved his glove sky high
The Pirates with a celebration unlike any I've seen from them for any of their championships. Akin to what Hagerstown did when they finally beat Cashtown last year. No balls and 2 strikes. The count holds steady. They're just getting ready for some preparations here to take a look at the on-field celebration. Here's the kick, the pitch, strike 3, and the Hagerstown Braves have done it. The Hagerstown Braves are your 2021 South Penn League champions.
They are South Penn League 2021 champions.
There you see it, the final score from tonight's South Penn League Championship Series, game number 4. The Hagerstown Braves putting up runs in each of the first 3 innings as they run away to victory in this one. And the Braves get to celebrate with the championship trophy here in 2021. We'll have post-game coverage here for you on the show as we continue into the night here. We'll have a word with the MVP of the series, the victorious manager for Hagerstown. We'll also try to get a word with Shippensburg manager Josh Petty before the evening is through. Hagerstown Braves, your 2021 South Penn League champions. For the first time ever, and the first time in 19 years, they're league champs. For the record-keeping part of tonight, the winning pitcher is John Carter. His first decision of the postseason, 1-0. The loss goes to Weldon. No save necessary as Grove came on in a 7-run game. Player of tonight's game was Nick Jacoby with his 2 RBI hits and work behind the plate. And we'll name the series MVP here in a few moments.
Do you have a paper book? I should have a beer. Paper ready to sign? No, you're good. Here's the crappy thing. It's going to be cold and cloudy every freaking day this week. So it's going to. I don't know when our field's going to be ready by then. I know the rule is like play the next day, but it could be for the weekend.
Kind of needs to call me. Haven't called me.
So yeah, I guess we got to freaking talk to. You know,
All right, so there you have it. This game being suspended due to rain here in Littlestown. The field in no shape for play here. Puddles visibly at the home plate area and at first base. So Hagerstown leading 4-0 over Littlestown in the bottom of the 4th inning with 1 out and a runner on. And the game will have to resume from there. The rule is that they play the next day, but this field may not be ready for another couple of days because the weather is supposed to be rain all throughout the rest of the week. So there you have it. Game 4 of the South Penn League Championship Series is under suspension. We'll have the resumption on Flea Flicker Media whenever that is. We'll see if the teams try to do it tomorrow. If not, then it could be the next day or the day after that, Justin Keith jokingly said something about Sunday to me. But either way, no clinch for Hagerstown here tonight, no evening win for Littlestown. But half of a baseball game played. We'll be back with you, hopefully tomorrow on Flea Flicker Media, but it may be a little while before this game is resumed. So now has come the time of the evening where we leave you. This is George Marinos signing off. Have a good evening, everybody.